Another limit question. Now, if we go ahead and put a 0 in for t, the bird will protest. We'll end up with 0 up top and 0 in the bottom. That is our indeterminate form, so we need to think about this some. Now, we do have a special trig limit that says if we look at the limit as anything goes to 0 of the sign of that thing divided by that thing, that answer is going to be 1. We'd like to use this for this problem. I see the sign of something divided by, well, it's not quite the same thing. Since it's not the same thing, I've got some thinking to do. Now, if we look at the limit as t goes to 0, that's the same as if we were talking about 5t going to 0. Wouldn't matter. And I do have 5t up top. I don't quite have that in the bottom. Let me try to break this down a little bit. Now, we could say that that's 2 divided by 9 times the sine of 5t divided by t. Now, this 5t right here isn't matching this one. Now, it would match if we could only just give ourselves a 5 in the bottom. Now, you can't just give something to the bottom if you don't give it to the top. So we've got to treat them equally. It's like multiplying by 1. Well, let me show it again. Oh, it looks the same. Well, that's the limit as something goes to 0. We'll call this 2/9, and we'll rearrange things. Remember that commutative property of multiplication? Still have the sine of 5t. Now it's divided by 5t, but there is a 5 up here still, and no longer in the bottom. We can use our special trig limit whenever we have the sine of something divided by that same thing. That's just 1. So to evaluate this limit, we've got 2/9 times 1 times 5, or 5 over 1. This 1 is the same as 1 over 1. If we multiply our tops and bottoms, we end up with 10/9. Who knew? That's our limit.